Today we are going to work with Servlet so that we can handle a request. In previous session we have already discussed how to create a Servlet using web.xml and the object of HTTP Servlet request. So first one, I'm going to start this practical initially, so I'll have to close all the windows. Uh, Click on file, new project, and your select your category, web application, next. Then provide the name of your practical. Today we are going to handle a request, and at the end of today's class we will handle three sessions today. First one, how to handle a request. Second one, how to move from one page to another page after handling a request. And third one, how to show error on same page. So that I'm going to use the name of this practical as Servlet request and repopulating demo. What is repopulating? This is the first one is Servlet, how to create a Servlet, how to handle a request. Second will be how to dispatch. So I'll use Servlet request dispatch and repopulating demo. Okay, so next, then you can select any server, whatever is that. I'm going to create a basic application, no need to select any framework. Click on finish, and now it will configure everything whatever is needed for a Servlet or a web application. It will create a project structure. This is my home page. I'll have to create a request criteria over here. So you can design your form action. Action is exactly destination of your server side. Means you'll have to put this name of your servlet over here. That is new servlet. And the form of your request, that is getter post, means your method like you can use either you can use get or the post, but for security you can use post. And last one, what you will do, you will close your form and then create your controls. It's taking so much time. Enter. First enter name. So you can create input, then type equal to text, name equal to t1, and then close it. Break so that we can continue for another line. That the password input type equal to password for the encapsulation of your font, and the name property, that is mandatory. This is like a variable name. Coding will use this name at runtime. And then you can use break input type equal to submit. If you want to submit your request on server side, you'll have to use the type of button like submit. And then value means text. What will be the text of your button? That will be submit. Whatever you can, either you can use like login over here. It means I'll have to create a page with the name of Servlet on server side. Which one is my project? This is Servlet request dispatcher and the populating demo. Right click on your project, new, then select your Servlet. Next, add information to web.xml and finish. You have already aware about this criteria that you have a method do get or do post over here. That is, click on plus button, do get and the do post. This is your do get or do post. Another function, delete it. We will talk about this method later. So we have do get and do post so that we can handle our request. Because we don't have our method process request, then you can delete it. So either you can work with get or the post. Whenever you are going to use get method on client side, the request will be automatically delivered to do get method. Or if the client side of your form method, if your method is post, then it will automatically deliver to do post. But how I can just where I'll have to write the programming, that may be get or post both. It means I'll have to write my programming twice. So in this situation, what I'll have to do, I can create a method like public void. You can copy the previous one like get or post whatever, and can paste it. And can the change the name, like I can use process request. Got it? And after that you can call, अगर get में request आती है, so you can call your process request function over here. अगर post में request आती है, again you can call over here process request. In both condition it will be delivered to process request. It means we have a single interface where we can write our program. This is the simple programming. मैंने इसको पहले delete क्यों किया, so that you will come to know do get and do post are the predefined method of HTTP class, but this is not predefined. I can change the name of this particular function. I can also create it like service, or this is my do task, and whatever is you want to give the name of your method. So request will be delivered in this object and response will be over here. So how you will get data from a request? Request dot method is get parameter and t1, and you can store it into string name. Second one is string password equal to request dot get parameter t2. Okay, so what is t1 and t2? Those are the exactly name property of your controls, like t1 and this one is t2. Got it? Method is a get or post whatever. You can use get so that you can see the URL. Okay, so how we will check it? I can create a simple interface like if name dot equals, ignore case, is Anchal, and password dot equals is Sachdeva. This is your condition, but what you can do over here, you want to print something, but before print you will have to create an object of, this is the responsibility of response to print something, to show data to your user. So I can get the writer, dear response, give me your writer, like this. When it will return the writer, the type of writer is print writer. You can create any object, like this is the that will be the object of output stream. I can use out, you can use any word like op. And if you want to print something, then what you will do, out dot println welcome plus username. Got it? Else out dot println invalid user or password. Just save it, and because you are going to run your practical first time, so you can select your browser like Chrome and you can run it. Initially it was a simple practical for your Servlet. If you are aware about the web.xml behavior, you are aware about the new Servlet, then you can work like this. But if you're not aware about it, you'll have to study the previous one lectures. Okay, so this is starting our practical. It's taking so much time because we are running this practical first time. We'll have to wait. Till then, we can discuss inside the web pages. We have webiner, and if you're going to create a controller with the name of new Servlet, automatically it will generate web.xml, and automatically it will configure many things like सर्वलेट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कि वो सर्वलेट क्या नाम है, उसकी रूट क्लास फाइल का क्या नाम है, सर्वलेट मैपिंग, if that servlet is exist, then what is the URL pattern, that is slash new servlet. This session configuration we will implement it later, but automatically by default it will generate session configuration. Got it? It's deploying your servlet. Okay, so where is my browser? This one is my browser. You have a name, like you'll have to put your name value over here and the password. Like Anchal, and then the name of second name was Sachdeva. So you can use Sachdeva as the password. Then submit it. Welcome Anchal. It means now I know how to retrieve value from a request. What is a request exactly? Now I want to show you something. Request is a collection of attributes. Which kind of attributes? You can see this is the attribute T1 which contain the value Anchal. This is the attribute or T2 which contain information about the password like Sasdeva. Okay, so these information will be delivered to your request object, and how you can get the information using get parameter function. It was a simple practical. In next practical we will continue. What we will continue, I'll create that video in another portion so that it will takes a little bit buffer, right? Okay, thank you very much. We are continuing it in new video. Thank you.